Welcome, thank you. And how about iPad? Who's over there? Maybe it's too complicated to try to on iPad. Okay, well, welcome. We're glad everyone's here. And we're live on Facebook. So thanks everyone for tuning in to Stories for Hope, Healing, and Belonging. We're going to read 2 stories for you today, and then we'll have a little conversation about the stories. So we'll start off with Chocolate Milk, por favor. And I will ask Mel to take it away in just one moment. Okay.
Okay. I'm not able to see the full screen, Hannah.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
I have Chocolate Milk, por favor, celebrating diversity with empathy, but I'm not able to see the author.
Oh.
Maybe.
I wonder why it's chopping it off.
This is me. I don't know what I've done.
Can anyone else see the bottom of the screen, or is it a problem on my end?
I see it now. I think it was where your cursor was, kind of blocked it a little bit. Can you see it now, Mel?
No.
Now it's covered again, but now it's good.
Well, maybe I'll start with this one, and then hopefully you can try to figure out what might be going on your end for the next one.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Chocolate milk, por favor. So, and I also can't see the bottom of my screen right now, but it's by somebody who is lovely with the last name Dismondi. Oh, Maria Dismondi. Illustrated by Donna Farrell. Johnny was walking into school when he saw the, oh, is there someone here? Sorry. Johnny was walking into school when he first saw the new kid. What a baby, he thought, as the boy cried and held his mother's hand. She whispered something to him, words that sounded different to Johnny. Delicioso. The boy smacked his lips as his mother handed him a chocolate milk. Let's welcome Gabe to our classroom family. He will not understand our words at first. Think about what you can do to help him, Johnny's teacher announced with a smile. Johnny didn't smile. He didn't like boys who cried. At reading time, Gabe sat next to Johnny. Johnny pulled his book close to his chest. I'm not sharing with him, he thought. Crybaby, whispered Johnny to Gabe. Gabe didn't say a word. It was lunchtime. Gabe whispered to the lunch aide, Liete con chocolate, por favor. The boy behind him announced, I think he wants chocolate milk. Johnny watched his friend Gabe and spoke up. Look, he's not like us. He can't even order lunch. Johnny sat and enjoyed his lunch while Gabe sat alone drinking his chocolate milk. During recess, Johnny spotted Gabe doing a tricky soccer move he had been trying to master for weeks. He just couldn't do it. Oops. Join our team, a girl shouted to Gabe. Gabe didn't move until she motioned for him to come over. Gabe waved over to Johnny before running to the field, but Johnny ignored him. The team high-fived their new teammate. Well, look at him. He thinks he's so cool, Johnny told himself as he blinked back tears. I won't be a crybaby. Johnny's jaw dropped. Why were they being so nice to Gabe? What fun was he when he couldn't even talk? All week, Johnny watched Gabe from a distance. Gabe came to school every day. He still never said anything, but was trying new things. By the end of the week, Johnny sat alone at lunch. Gabe was surrounded by boys and girls laughing and sharing with him. At recess that day, Gabe kicked the soccer ball over to Johnny. Johnny shook his head no. Gabe did the tricky move anyhow. It's so hard. How do you do it? Johnny asked. Gabe showed him the move over and over again. Finally, Johnny did it. Yes, he shouted. Gabe beamed and patted him on the back. As Johnny walked back to the school, Gabe silently by his side. Something clicked for him. He got it. That horrible feeling of being frustrated and wanting to cry because he couldn't get the soccer move. That's how Gabe must have felt learning a new language. I did it. I finally got the tricky move. And Gabe is getting it too, Johnny believed. The next morning, Gabe was walking into school when Johnny waved to him. Hi, he said, handing Gabe a carton of chocolate milk. I know it's your favorite, Johnny added. Thank you, Gabe replied. Johnny and Gabe both smiled. Today would be a great day. Johnny learned that actions speak louder than words. He understood that to have a friend is first to be a friend. After having a friend, and having a friend meant the world to Johnny. So this is the real Gabe. It's a fictional story, it's made up, but it's based on a real experience as a first grader. Gabe showed the courage and strength as he transitioned into an English-speaking environment after moving to the United States for his father's work, just days prior to the start of school. Many students were amazing in helping Gabe adjust to his new school. They respected each other's differences and learned from them. We made it a point to celebrate the diversity in our classroom family. I believe acts of kindness are worth more than 1,000 kind words. It's true, I witnessed it firsthand. So there are some tips to assist English language learners, like pronouncing your name correctly, slowing down and pausing between sentences, simplifying your language, finding a buddy, doing show and tell using gestures and drawings and images, using real life objects that help children manipulate and experience different things, labeling all of the things in your classroom, having bilingual or picture dictionaries, and having children bring vocabulary books. And everyone staying positive to foster a safe and comfortable environment for everyone. Okay, now we'll switch over to the other book, Salma and the Syrian Chef. Mel, how's it going from your end?
I believe I can see it now.
Perfect.
Oh.
Just let me know if anything of mine is in your way.
Okay, Selma and the Syrian Chef, and the story is written by Danny Ramadan, and the illustrator is by Anna Braun. Do you know what? I'm very sorry, I'm not able to see the last sentence, the very last words.
Is your bar in the way, the mute bar? If you put it up to the top, maybe if you can just drag it up, or is it something different?
Yeah, there is a bar at the very bottom, and
are you able to click it and drag it away?
No.
Okay.
I'm very sorry, I can't move it.
No, that's okay. Maybe I'll just carry on unless there's another reader in the audience who would like to read this story. Can't really see anyone. So unmute if you'd like to read, and otherwise I'll just carry on. Oh, but I'm being told that my internet connection is unstable. So I'm quickly just going to make a co-host over here. in case I end up getting kicked off. Hopefully not, because I'm the one sharing the story. Okay, excuse our technical difficulties here. We're going to share the screen again. Okay. No readers coming? Okay, here we go. Salma watches the Vancouver rain from her apartment window in the Welcome Center. It's different than the sunny days back in Syria. She still can't pronounce Vancouver, but her friends tell her that her way of saying it is more fun. Vancouver, Salma says to Mama, but Mama is making dinner. Vandoorar. Salma rolls her R's, but Mama won't look up from her English homework. Vancouver, Salma finally succeeds, but Mama is busy calling Papa back in Syria. Papa will join them in Canada soon. Salma's heart aches like a tiny fire in her chest when she thinks of Papa. She wonders if Mama's heart is burning too. Mama used to giggle with her friends in the refugee camp. It sounded like the ringing bells on the older boys' bikes. Now, after a long day of job interviews and English classes, Mama barely smiles when tucking Salma in. Maybe if Salma can make Mama laugh, Vancouver will feel a little more like home. Salma draws Mama a clown balancing a ball on top of an elephant. Balancing on a ball on top of an elephant, that's even funnier. She tells Mama a knock-knock joke about bananas and oranges that she learned in language school. She even hides behind the fridge. She jumps out and screams, "Boo!" But all she gets is Mama's sad smile, full of love, but empty of joy. I want to make Mama laugh. Salma rushes into the playroom and almost crashes into Nancy's chair. She's been sad for a long time. When was the last time you saw Mama happy? Asks Nancy in her broken Arabic. Salma imagines a waterfall of Mama's many sad faces since they left Syria. How about you draw a picture, Nancy says. Drawing helps me when I forget my good memories. Salma looks at the colorful crayons. Her memories of Mama's smile shine like a beautiful rainbow over that waterfall. Salma draws her home back in Damascus, a yellow house with a garden surrounding it like a necklace. The garden had a tree with green leaves and a bird's nest with 3 little eggs. She colors the living room walls purple. Were the walls really purple? Nancy asks. No, Salma says, but it's okay to add new colors to my own memories. She draws Papa at the table. Mama carries a freshly made dish of ful shami, a big smile on her face. Salma can't bring Papa here sooner. She can't rebuild their old home. But suddenly, she knows what to do. I think Mama misses Syrian food, Salma tells Nancy and the other kids. I want to make her ful shami. I miss kushari, Ayman says. Salma tastes the salty, spicy Egyptian dish on her tongue. I miss the way my mama made masala dosa back in India, Ria adds. Evan misses arepas. He just arrived from Venezuela. But none of them have heard of ful shami, and Salma doesn't know how to make it. Do you know how to make ful shami? Salma asks Jad, the Jordanian translator who taught her the English names of flowers in the community garden. No, but I can find a recipe for you, Jad says. His fingers move swiftly on the keyboard when Salma hears the printer ticking. Jad hands Salma a paper with Arabic words. I can do this, she whispers. Then she realizes she doesn't know the English names of any vegetables. Salma reads the Arabic words. She is scared of looking silly in this new place where hardly anyone knows her language. The smell of crayons on her hands reminds her, I can draw vegetables. Yellow for lemon, green for parsley, brown for peas, and red for onions, she sings. And this is chickpeas, and that's garlic, and that's a bottle of olive oil. Soon she has all the drawings she needs. Aisha walks Salma to the supermarket so she doesn't have to cross the street alone. Salma likes Aisha. They play hopscotch in the welcome center, and Aisha brought her home-baked Somalian sweets. Shukran, Salma thanks Aisha as they wait for the traffic to stop. Back at the welcome center, Salma organizes her vegetables on the kitchen table. My mama won't be laughing at all if I use a knife, Salma tells Amir and Malik, who came together from Lebanon. Can you help me chop these vegetables? She blushes when Malik kisses Amir's onion. The three of them giggle until Salma realizes she forgot the spices. Mama likes sumac with her fal shami. Salma looks through the spice rack. Paprika is Papa's favorite spice, and Mama loves cardamom in her coffee. Pepper makes her sneeze, but she can't find sumac. Tears fill her eyes. This is the worst idea ever. It's too hard to cook Syrian food here. Salma's fingers shake. The spices get blurry and their smells mix together. Everything is ruined, Salma says between her teeth. I'll never make Mama laugh. I hear you're looking for sumac. Salma feels a warm hand on her shoulder. It's Granny Donya. I miss Persian cooking too, Granny says, handing Salma a tiny red jar. Family dinners back in Iran always made me happy. I'm mad that we had to leave home, Salma insists. I can't find sumac or speak Arabic to everyone I know. Look at those beautiful flowers and all those blossoming trees, Granny Donya points out the window. This home might be different from everything we know, but it's beautiful in its own ways. Salma takes a deep breath, filled with the smell of sumac and rain. Her anger escapes a little, like water droplets flying off her hands when she shakes them dry. Salma sprinkles Granny Donya's sumac into the fal shami. It is beautiful, she agrees. One final step. Salma holds the olive oil bottle over the bowl, but it slips out of her hand and crashes to the floor. Amir and Malik help her clean up the glass, but they have no olive oil for her to use. Aisha has never cooked with olive oil before. Granny Donya's bottle is empty. Salma used her money on the other groceries, so she can't buy more. She sits on the floor and cries. Salma feels useless, like an umbrella in a country with no rain. She hides her teary face when Nancy walks by. Nancy stops beside her. What's wrong? Everything, Salma says. All I wanted to make Mama laugh. All I wanted was to make Mama laugh. And look at the mess I made. What I see is a dish made with love, Nancy whispers. I don't think it's missing a thing. When Mama comes home that night, Salma blocks her way into the apartment. Don't be mad. Mama frowns. What happened? Salma opens the door. I couldn't find olive oil. On the table, a bowl of fal shami awaits. You made this for me? Mama asks. Before Salma can answer, the door opens again. We brought olive oil, Nancy says. Salma jumps in excitement, and then Mama breaks into a long, sweet laugh, like the echo of bells. Mama, Sama says, while Mama tucks her in that night, when I'm with you, I feel at home. Mama kisses Salma goodnight. Your smile is my home. In her dream, Salma rides a bike around Vancouver's seawall. She rings the bell and Mama laughs beside her. Around her, all her new friends ride their bikes and ring their bells. Salma feels the sun on her face and looks up to the purple sky painted with colors of crayon. That dream goes on all night long. The end. Thank you. Oh, it's so nice to see children here too. Hello. Thanks for sticking around for the stories. Would anyone like to share any reflections from these stories?
One thing that really hit home with me is how important friends are, right? And making friends, how we all struggle to make friends at one time or another, but once we are in relationship with other people, friends around us, uh, makes things better.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I think it's very interesting how food is a gathering. It's something that we as humans all have in common, and it's a lovely way to share culture and to share, to learn from each other is around food. I thought that was very beautiful. You can just imagine all of the smells from all of the spices. The colors and the smells kind of stood out for me as she was talking about the different spices that she needs. And sports, and I think something for children, something being active and being outside, and that commonality, that finding that commonality, that thread, to bring new people and to gain new friends. I thought that was beautiful.
Yeah, and sharing experiences, right? With both of those examples, that way that we can connect with each other. We don't necessarily need to speak the same language. We can share food and we can share sports and activities. And isn't it amazing with scent, when you smell something, how it can remind you of something that's happened before? It just brings that memory flooding back. So what a nice way to share experiences, because with that smell, you can share the story that goes with that smell for you. I see Christine here asking, what did you think, Zach? Do you feel like unmuting and sharing any thoughts? No, not today. All right, well, thank you for coming and listening.
I really like how these stories are helping us to really kind of dig a little bit deeper about what we perceive as differences, and as was mentioned earlier, seeking out those commonalities, those common grounds, and just recognizing that, we all just want to be, we all want to be part of a bigger kind of, I guess I'll say, family, right? Whether it's friends or actual family, we all want to belong. And I think it's interesting because both of those stories fit nicely in with our theme of hope, healing, and belonging, right? When you look at all of those, you talk about, the hope of the new life that folks have when they come to a new country other than their home country, and the healing that they have to go through, because oftentimes there's, some traumatic events that they've had to go through before they actually arrive here in Canada. And then the belonging, which, like, through both of those stories, was kind of the theme of wanting to belong and going on that journey to actually feel accepted and belong.
In the second story, it was a really important thread about helping, like offering paper and crayons, both when like we know mark making and drawing helps sort out your thoughts, and it helps children represent their ideas and what's going on in their mind. And so I thought that was a great reminder and important thread to think about how important it is to have paper and mark making materials for children to represent what they're thinking, and that the language barrier, I thought that was a nice idea too, to think about how we can offer that when no matter whether children, what language they're speaking, they can draw their ideas or represents on paper with mark making. So I thought that was important.
Yeah, it really shows the power of art, like how important it is to help children to explore. In Reggio Emilia, we talk about the 100 languages, and that's just one more language that children can use to represent their ideas. Art is very powerful, a powerful language. Good, Zach liked it apparently. Anyone else have any last thoughts about the stories today? It sure is nice to have a great audience like all of you. Well, we'll see you all in a couple of weeks. We'll share a couple more stories. So thanks so much for joining us. Hope everyone has a great day. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.